13 years after Final Fantasy IX was released, an obscure, forgotten side quest has been unearthed or re-earthed, or I don't know how Earth is involved because it's all in a game, by GameFAQs forum member _Kusabi. And it's a secret quest that's on disc 4 of the game. It's very circuitous. It's kind of boring to watch. I saw the video, but I had no idea that we could lose a side quest. I mean, I feel like games were so well documented that this would never happen. Where's your game, Brady Games?
I'm not exactly positive how this quest was lost because he discovered it by reading the game's companion book. So it was written down somewhere. It wasn't like never revealed.
I guess the internet didn't know about it.
And then another game FAQ user, Mr. Pixel, confirmed the existence by doing it. But then another one, Garland the Great, actually recorded a playthrough to show
That's what I saw, and it was very circuitous and very tedious.
It's 17 events.
Yes.
You have to keep going out into the world, doing something, and then coming back to this town to talk to a different member of the family that appears in this house every time you go and do something and come back. So it takes a really long time to do.
Yeah.
But I guess not. I guess no one knew about it if this is just being unearthed now.
Yeah.
I imagine lots of people played the game and did it and thought it was just another quest and didn't really care. It just didn't show up in any walkthroughs.
There's very long and detailed walkthroughs online, but this one apparently was missing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I went and looked up a bunch of other video game secrets that took years to be discovered.
All right,
and
let's hear it.
I have a list. One of the most famous ones is the Chris Houlihan room in Link to the Past. That went supposedly 11 years without being found.
Really?
So it was a Nintendo Power contest to get your name in a Zelda game. And this guy Chris Houlihan won, so they made a room.
Yeah, he really won because no one fucking found his room for all that time.
The problem was localization.
Okay.
So I guess America put it in, and then Japan put it out, and then America put it back in again, and it was very confusing, and it wasn't found for 11 years.
Amir, get your head out of the gutter.
Okay. The next one on the list is a little more recent. That was 11 years. This one is 9 years in Wave Race Blue Storm for the GameCube. 9 years until someone discovered a code to make the announcer really sarcastic and angry.
I like it.
It was awesome.
You don't have an inferiority complex. You're just inferior.
Are developers just putting really, really secret Easter eggs in? Because I feel like in today's age, we're able to find the Easter eggs and tell each other about it.
Funny you should say that. Now, I'll skip down my list a little bit to Arkham Asylum. Arkham Asylum had a tease for Arkham City in a secret room.
Oh no, I found this easy.
Okay, well, as far as I read...
The Warden's room?
Yeah, the Warden's room. Nobody had found it in the first 6 months that it came out, so the developers actually had to leak the location, except for Kim. Kim found it. I thought that was interesting, that the developers didn't want to wait years and years and years for it to get found because they wanted to tease their next game as quickly as possible.
Well, yeah, you have to follow the Warden's descent into madness on one of the side quests, and I guess that's the conclusion to that side quest.
Yeah,
it's long. It spans so much of the game.
And you blow up a wall that doesn't look like all the other blow-upable walls.
And then it gets written down on a nice board, and you go, oh my
that's cool.
God. And it was worth it. Arkham City.
It took people 7 years to discover that you could play as Master Hand in Super Smash Bros. Melee. And that's actually there because of a glitch. That was not intentional. It took, they don't have a length of time that this one was hidden, but it was so ridiculous. You can actually get information on Wesker. You can find his desk in Resident Evil 2. But when you go to search the desk the first time, it says there's nothing there. And the second time, there's nothing there. You have to search it 50 times before it is revealed that it's... So no one should ever find that. If you are playing a game and you're doing something that's pointless 50 times in a row, you're playing it wrong. And then the longest one, which I actually think is kind of stupid, is Landon M. Dyer. He coded Donkey Kong for the Atari 400 off the arcade cabinet. He coded his own initials into the game, LMD, and that went undiscovered for 26 years until he remembered that he did it and had to tell someone about it, and even forgotten how to do it
It's
himself.
so secret. The guy who made it doesn't even know.
He had to go back in his own code and figure out, backtrack how he did it to get people to be able to do it.
Crazy.
Video game designers are weird.
So in like Super Mario RPG, speaking of doing stuff like 100 different times, there's like this, I don't know if you guys played it, but there's like this one part, you gotta play rock, paper, scissors with this one guy like 100 to 150 times, and like I did this, and like after like 128 times of playing rock, paper, scissors with this guy, you get like the best weapon in the game. But anyway, my question to you guys is, three old games that you wish would have awesome side quests that no one has found yet.
Oh, man.
I think I'm good on side quests. I mean,
Or just like secret contents that.
If there
well,
was,
I did actually play Final Fantasy X-2 to 100% completion, so I would get the true secret ending, and it took forever, and it was not worth it. So maybe there should be less of these. I went through so many dress spheres, and it was
you got
awful.
all the cute outfits.
They were so cute, and I switched between them, and I joined New Yevon, and I joined the Youth League, and I wasted so much time.
I would say if ever there was a game that I wanted a little bit more from, it would probably be Majora's Mask.
That was on my 3.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. If there was like another hidden mask or another little side quest, I think that would be awesome. And now I know they've been releasing Nintendo 64 games for the 3DS and the other Game Boy consoles.
That would be great if
They've
like
been
when they
giving
re-release.
there was more Super Mario 64. There was, I don't know if there was more Legend of Ocarina of Time. I don't think there was. I think that was just a direct port. But that would be so good if they added more to
They
that.
just start releasing DLC for like really old games. That would be pretty cool.
I'm such a sucker, I'd buy it. I'd buy it in a second.
I think that is actually a really good way to sell re-releases or remastered versions, is to add bonus side content. Nothing that would really affect the story, but if you love it so much that you would buy the remastered version, you'd be so ecstatic to see all this extra content that you could play. Not a DLC, it should just be in it.